footballing world was set alight this morning when whispers of a seismic move for Barcelona's seasoned centre-back, Inigo Martinez, crystallised into an all-but-sealed deal. The 34-year-old Spaniard is poised to swap the Camp Nou for Saudi Arabia's shining lights of Al Nassr on a free transfer. Just 24 hours ago, hardly anyone had such a switch on their radar. Yet here we stand at the cusp of a transfer that feels both sudden and inevitable. How did this transformation of a quiet rumour into a headline-grabbing transfer happen so swiftly? And what does it say about the trajectory of Martinez's storied career? Despite being a stalwart in Barca's defensive ranks throughout last season, Martinez's presence was strangely muted during the club's high-profile pre-season tour in Asia, where once his towering frame and resolute tackles would have drawn gasps from the crowd. This time he found himself on the periphery, watching younger teammates parade past him in training drills and friendly matches. It was as if the trip to Singapore and Tokyo whispered a warning. The sands of time were slipping through Martinez's cleats. Could that lack of game time on foreign turf have been the first sign that his chapter at Barcelona was nearing its final pages? At 34, Martinez has lived enough football to recognise the fleeting nature of his prime. The decision to depart Barcelona was coloured by a sense of timing that only comes with decades of experience. An understanding that when the moment feels right, hesitancy can become regret. For Martinez, the chance to pen the closing lines of his professional saga under the golden sun of Saudi Arabia's Pro League seemed too tempting to refuse. It's not just about a new jersey or a fresh salary. It's about forging a last grand adventure in football before the curtain falls. What stories will he write in Riyadh? And how will those final chapters compare to the legends he's already helped craft at Camp Nou? Early buzz around the deal sprang to life when Italian journalist Matteo Moretto dropped the initial hints of a Martinez move, casting Al Nassr as the leading suitor amid a flurry of speculation. But rumours are smoke without flame until the definitive spark arrives, and it landed courtesy of Fabrizio Romano. Known for his trademark, "Here we go," Romano's confirmation carried the weight of certainty. Barcelona has agreed to terminate Martinez's contract, originally set to run until 2026, so that the defender can embark on his Saudi adventure without a transfer fee. Suddenly, those whisperings became reality. How often does a single tweet from Romano transform football gossip into transaction fact? The terms of Martinez's new contract paint a picture of ambition and prudence. A commitment to Al Nassr until 2026, with the tantalising option to extend through 2027. As a free agent, he steps into the roster unencumbered by transfer fees, ready to write new chapters alongside one of the game's iconic figures. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo, still under contract with Al Nassr until 2027, awaits Martinez in the dressing room. Imagine stepping onto the training pitch alongside a man whose name has become synonymous with goal-scoring greatness. The hum of the training ground, the collective breath held as Martinez and Ronaldo share a tactical discussion. What insights might this defensive veteran glean from one of football's greatest finishers? Barcelona, for their part, will breathe a collective sigh of relief as Martinez's departure liberates crucial space under the club's stringent wage cap. This newly available financial cushion paves the way for registering dynamic arrivals such as Juan Garcia and Marcus Rashford, two talents whose signings have been lauded but stalled by bureaucratic salary constraints. It's a classic lesson in football economics. Sometimes you must release the anchor to set sail with new treasure. Which of these fresh faces will most boldly seize their moment once the ink dries on the registration sheets? Yet Martinez's exit ripples beyond the arrival of new stars. It reshapes Barcelona's defensive calculus. Andreas Christensen and Ronald Araujo, both once linked with potential exits, may find their futures recalibrated, as Barca have effectively honoured Deco's summer pledge to offload one centre-back. With Martinez gone, the club can stand firm against further departures, consolidating trust in its remaining defensive core. Will Christensen and Araujo seize this vote of confidence to cement their roles as Barcelona's future bulwark? Of course, until an official statement lands, be it a press release from Al Nassr's gleaming headquarters or a bulletin from Barcelona's hallowed halls, questions will linger in the air, like the final chord of an unresolved melody. Yet all indicators point to a reshaped Camp Nou backline, one that will likely open the season with the youthful Pau Cubarsí and the ever-imposing Araujo as its central duo. As fans around the globe reset their mental formations and pundits scramble for fresh analyses, one thing is clear. Inigo Martinez's next act awaits, and football's grand stage has shifted from Catalonia's blue and garnet to the dunes and spotlight of Saudi Arabia. Who could have predicted such a twist in the tale? Except perhaps the man himself, already counting down the days until his debut under desert skies.